Good afternoon, everyone. What a beautiful Arizona day. I want to begin by thanking Director Tenney and our fire officials, the Phoenix crew, and the Perryville fire crew, and everyone for being here this afternoon. I was just briefed by fire and safety officials on this year's fire season. As you'll remember, last year was a very dry winter. This year's been different. At this point last year, Flagstaff had received 4.4 inches of precipitation. This year, they received 17 inches. This is the sixth wettest year on record in the Phoenix area. This is good news in the short term, but Arizona cannot afford to get complacent as we come to fire season. Wet winters can mean very dangerous summers. That's because more precipitation brings more fuel vegetation, which increases fire danger. So our plea to everyone this fire season is to remain vigilant. A vast majority of the fires are human caused. Abandoned campfires caused the Schultz fire, the wildfire, and the slide fire of years past. The Rodeo Chetasky fire was set intentionally, and the sawmill fire was caused by an exploding target. So please be responsible when enjoying the great outdoors. Make sure you put out your cigarettes, campfires, and matches out cold, and make sure your trailer chains don't drag. Any spark can start a fire. Today, I also want to stress that it is illegal and highly dangerous to fly a drone near a wildfire. Unauthorized drones bring air support operations to a halt, putting people, pets, and property in danger. Our message is simple: follow the law or face the consequences. I also want to announce that the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management has launched a new mobile app that all of our citizens can download. This is a quick, free, and easy way to access real-time information, send in tips, sign up for alerts, and more. I encourage everyone to download this app from iTunes or Google Play by searching for Department of Forestry and Fire Management. Now I want to say a special thank you to Arizona's firefighters and first responders. These are the men and women that are joining us here today, the men and women that we have all over the state, because they are the ones that keep us safe during fire season. Our thoughts, our prayers, and our continued support are with our brave men and women as they fight on the front line. We also pray for a safe fire season throughout our state. And now I'd like to turn it over to John Truett from the Department of Forestry and Fire Management for more details about the upcoming wildfire season. John?
Thank you, Governor. Yeah, I just wanted to strengthen what the Governor has talked about. Again, with the moisture that we've had this year, it's just going to add to that potential of a busy fire season. It's just added a lot of grasses to our fuel component out there, and we know that the light flashy fuels are going to be a little bit faster spreading. They're going to spread through multiple jurisdictions. That's why I'm honored here to be here to speak for on behalf of Arizona firefighters, our law enforcement, and our county and state emergency management. I just want to reassure that we've all been together doing our pre-fire plans. We've all in this together, that these fires will impact all jurisdictions, and we need to be in this together. And just to reassure the citizens out there that we are committed to protecting. On the other hand, though, is that we need your help. We need your help in continuing on with your vigilance of obeying any type of fire restrictions, the overall clearance around your structures. The folks behind me all of our chiefs, you know, we're willing to stay in and defend, but there's times where, you know, it's going to be impossible for us to stay in there because we want all of our folks to go home. So if you all would just do your share on doing your clearance and keeping up on the restrictions and abiding by those, we'll get through this summer just fine. And again, thank you on behalf of the fire service, law enforcement, and emergency management.
Could you,
John, come on up. Let's talk
Could
about
you-
some of the wet winter grasses and such, you know. Longitudinally, you've got data going back, you know, decades. How does wetness of this winter and the growth of what you've seen, the grasslands in particular, compare to prior years?
Yeah, and again, a wetter winter is good for our drought, but it also adds to the fuels and the fine fuels. The fuel loading component we address it as. I've been talking with most of the folks, and we're looking at a comparison to the 2005 fire season where we had the Cave Creek fire. It was a lower elevation, mid elevation desert fire that impacted. It was a long duration campaign fire, and that's what a wetter winter will do to us. Increase that fuel loading, and it makes a continuous fuel bed all the way out there. So we really don't have the opportunity to use some of our strategic ground that we normally would use, say 2-track roads or dirt roads. That it kind of is why they'll spread a little bit further, and why those wet winters are a little more of a hazard to the summer fuel loads.
the wet winter, although I assume has helped the high country, the ponderosa pine forests, be less susceptible. Could you talk to us a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
and up in the higher country, you know, we've had a good snowpack. It's going to really depend on the springtime of how warm it will get. Obviously, the fuels did absorb a lot of that moisture, but if we do get a drier, a little bit warmer spring, it could dry out and we could become critical again. The thing is also that you'll recognize out there is the prolonged drought has, you know, it's created a lot of dead trees, dead brush, and dead brush doesn't come back. Dead trees don't come back. So again, you know, the wet winter added to maybe a delay in the upper elevations, but we will have fires up in the elevation, the potential there.
That's it for questions. We'll also, you can probably get the governor over here for a separate gag.